So believe it or not, I went from having zero agency experience to literally making $10,000, $12,000 per month and moving back towards Dubai, all with my YouTube agency. But the secret wasn't being some world-class video editor or any kind of freelancer. In fact, my big break came when I stopped focusing on my creative skills and made one simple pivot in my strategy. It all started with a single case study that gave me the exact blueprint to hit that $10,000 a month goal. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I did it so you can literally just copy me. If you don't know who I am, my name is Noel Miguel and I scaled my YouTube agency business towards 6 figures. When I was 18 years old, I could finally do whatever I want because I already made more money than my teacher. I closed $6,000 there, $8,000 there. I could fly towards the country, making nice videos and making a lot of money. Then I moved towards Dubai and now I live a free life. Nobody tells me what to do and I can literally do whatever I want. In fact, I created a whole nother deep down video about this whole YouTube agency topic where I don't have time in this video, where I lay down the whole fundamentals about YouTube agency and how you can scale towards $10,000 per month. And there I go more into what copy to write, how the business model works, and so on. So after you watch this video, you can dive into the other blueprint and figure completely out how you can scale towards $10,000 per month. But first, let's talk about the biggest problem that was holding me literally back from keeping me broke. You're selling a skill, not a solution. Just a couple of years ago, I was another freelance video editor. I was decent, I guess, and I knew how to make videos. The problem? Nobody seems to care about me. I was sending dozens of cold emails, proposals, telling businesses, hey, I can edit your videos. And the response was mostly nothing, not even an answer. And the few clients I did manage to land paid me per project, and honestly, the pay was barely enough to cover my monthly bills. I felt like I was constantly on a hamster wheel hunting for the next gig, feeling totally burned out and completely broke. My entire pitch was about my editing skills, my software, I'm using this creative process and yada, yada, yada. What I didn't realize is that business owners, if you know my channel, I'm always talking about this, don't pay for services. They don't care about Premiere Pro versus Final Cut. They don't care about any LUTs. They don't care about any transitions. They don't even care about your cameras and whatsoever. They, as you, also care about getting more customers. I was trying to sell them some fancy drill. I have this camera gear. We can make this fancy videos. And yes, you can land some clients. But if you want to scale towards $10,000 per month, you need to have a system which you sell towards businesses. That fundamental mistake is why I was stuck. And it's why many talented creators struggle to get their own agency off the ground. Which leads us to the section number 2, which is the catalyst, which is getting the first yes and build a banger case study. This turning point came from a random conversation with a friend who owns a local business. He was complaining about how hard it was to find new clients. On a whim, instead of my usual pitch, I tried something different. I said, what if I could create a simple YouTube video for you that ranks on Google and brings you just new clients this month with this strategy? Because look, this is what I did in the past. We scaled over 100,000 followers. And this over 100,000 followers is your catalyst, your first yes. I was not charging much doing this video editing work for this channel. I was actually paying $300 per month, 300 euros per month. But this became my biggest case study, which then lead me towards $3,000 actually per month. Completely mind-blowing. And this client, I showed him, his eyes lit up. I finally spoke his language and he understood that me on his side, he has the right partner to get this started, to get views, to get subscribers, and to get customers into the door with the right system, with the right YouTube system. So I literally got to work, and I wasn't trying to shot a blockbuster movie. I planned the whole content out, and I just learned so much about YouTube and how to get these clients into the door and how to build this YouTube channel for them. So it wasn't about any video editing anymore. And it wasn't about not only thumbnail design, it was about the structure underneath it. How to get them on the landing page. What is a landing page? What to say on the landing page? What video should be on the landing page? And how to get them on the calendar booking and how to set up all these automations. I needed to upskill my skill. So I did everything. Video editing, I was filming the videos, I literally did everything. And at the end, I was the partner. I was the YouTube strategist. I became a video strategist, and that's why I am worth a couple of thousands per month, because they make far more money at the end by getting customers into the door. Coming to section number 3, which is the pivot and selling a result generic system, which I just talked about. That single case study I talked about before changed my whole life. I wasn't a video editor anymore. I was a strategist who could generate leads for businesses using YouTube, using videos. My whole mindset shifted. I wasn't just a service provider anymore. I was a result provider. So I took this case study and built my entire offer around it. I created a that simple one-page document or a presentation, which I could just show in the meeting with clients, and they understood what I've done in the past. So I don't show them any videos, I showed them the results. And this is how I closed $1,000 to even $4,000 per month clients with exactly this offer, with exactly this strategy and system. So then I went back to my network, but at this time my pitch was completely different. I stopped asking, do you need a video editor? Do you need a creative? Do you need YouTube videos? Do you need Instagram videos? Instead, I was asking, would you be interested in a system that gets you new calendar bookings every week? The response was night and day. People were actually interested. They understood the value right away, because I was no longer talking about my skills or any freelance replaceable job. That one shift in positioning was the key that unlocked everything for me. It literally changed my whole life. I could finally move back towards Dubai, get these clients in, and live the dream which I was dreaming of. So coming to section number 4, which is scaling then towards $10,000 per month from a case study to an agency. So my first paid client came directly from me showing them this presentation and the case study. I charged $3,000, I think $2,500 a month for scaling their YouTube channel. After I delivered results for them, boom, I had my second case study, because this channel also grew, and suddenly I had more proof when I went to other meetings. I started documenting everything and creating literally my own YouTube content about the process and the results. And this has not only built my authority, but also started attracting clients directing to me. The key to scaling was creating a system, and I had a clear process for everything: client onboarding, strategy, content creation, and reporting. And then I came in as a partner, and I delegated some of this work into the team of my clients. My revenue grew instantly. The first month I made like this $2,500, $3,000, and then I met another client, he paid me $4,000. Then I met another client who paid me $4,000. Then I was already over the $10,000 per month mark, just by focusing on high value clients. It wasn't magic. It was the result of a clear, repeatable system built on providing and proving my value. So as I mentioned earlier, that first case study was my ticket in. And again, I also mentioned there's another video, a full breakdown, first link in the description, explaining this whole business model and how you can get your first clients into the door with the right copy and outreach method. So getting from $0 to $10,000 a month wasn't about being some kind of creative genius. It was about one crucial pivot. I stopped selling video editing and start selling a predictable system for getting clients. You just need to follow these steps which I explained in this video and the following video which I mentioned, first link in the description. If you focus on solving your client's core problem with the skill you already have, you can build your own success story and your own agency too.